Item 2, National Parks Board Amendment Bill, second reading.
Minister for National Development.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Minister for National Development, I beg to move that the bill be now read a second time. The purpose of this bill is to effect the transfer of the non-food plant and animal-related functions from the Agri-Food and Veterinary Authority, AVA, to the National Parks Board, NParks. AVA was established in 2000 to address the increasingly challenging task of maintaining Singapore's high standards of food safety as well as animal and plant health. Minister Masagos earlier spoke about AVA's efforts in ensuring our food safety and food security. AVA has also steadfastly done its job to safeguard our animal and plant health. In particular, AVA has done well to keep Singapore and Singaporeans well protected against zoonotic diseases such as the highly pathogenic avian influenza or bird flu and rabies. Over the years, there has been more interest in animal welfare issues. Many Singaporeans are showing greater empathy and compassion towards stray animals. The number of pet owners is growing, and many see pets as family members. At the same time, there are those who are afraid of animals, while others may consider them as a threat or nuisance. So there have been instances where residents want to remove wildlife they deem dangerous or causing a nuisance, but animal welfare groups and animal lovers may have a different view. In this regard, AVA has worked with animal welfare groups, or AWGs, other government agencies, industry partners and residents to address issues arising from our coexistence with animals in a dense urban setting, while bearing in mind animal welfare. For example, AVA has worked with AWGs and veterinarians to develop the nationwide Trap, Neuter, Release, Manage (TNRM) program, where stray dogs are sterilized to humanely manage their population and rehomed where possible. We want to ensure that we continue to coexist harmoniously with wildlife and other animals. NParks has done well over the years to make Singapore a biophilic city in a garden. It has built up deep expertise in terms of our flora and fauna, as well as strong relationships with a wide range of stakeholder groups. To enhance our approach for animal welfare and management and plant health control, AVA's non-food plant and animal-related functions will be transferred to NParks to reap synergies with NParks' current work in wildlife conservation and horticultural science. NParks will become the lead agency for animal and wildlife management, as well as animal and plant health. The transfer will bring about several benefits for Singapore and Singaporeans. First, NParks will provide a one-stop service on animal management and animal welfare issues. A new Animal and Veterinary Service, AVS, will be formed under NParks as the main touchpoint for animal-related issues, whether they occur in parks, nature reserves, or other parts of our city. Accordingly, AVS will take on AVA's current role as the first responder for animal-related feedback. AVS will also deepen existing partnerships with veterinarians and animal-related industries to enhance animal health and welfare. Second, we will be better positioned to manage human-animal issues as they become increasingly complex. NParks will have a comprehensive overview of urban and natural ecologies. Combining NParks' expertise in wildlife conservation and horticultural science and AVA's in animal and plant health and animal management, this will ensure that efforts to conserve Singapore's natural heritage are holistic and science-based. NParks currently works closely with its 45,000 volunteers in its greening efforts. With the transfer, stakeholders who have an interest in animal issues such as pet owners, community animal caregivers, and AWGs will now become part of the National Parks family. they will be able to work with NParks' existing stakeholders to come up with new and innovative solutions for animal issues. Third, we can improve our detection of and response to zoonotic diseases and put in place better safeguards for public health. NParks will now oversee disease detection at all potential points of incursion, for instance at the point of import, from migratory wildlife, and between wildlife and urban animals. Disease response can also be enhanced with the consolidation of NParks' existing expertise in ecology and animal population studies with AVA's expertise in veterinary science and diagnostic testing. Let me now outline the key clauses in the bill, which will effect the transfer of the non-food plant and animal-related functions from AVA to NParks. Clause 3 sets out NParks' new functions, which include the protection of animal welfare and animal and plant health, the management of animal population, the prevention of threats and risk arising from animals and plants to public health and safety, the regulation of trade in endangered animals and plants, and the regulation and promotion of the veterinary industry. Clause 7 inserts a new Part 7 in the National Parks Board Act to transfer to NParks, number 1, the relevant assets and liabilities of AVA, and number 2, the relevant employees of and seconded officers in AVA with general preservation of their employment terms. Clauses 9 to 16 contain amendments to the Animals and Birds Act, Control of Plants Act, Endangered Species Import and Export Act, and Wild Animals and Birds Act for the purpose of transferring from the Director General, Agri-Food and Veterinary Services of the AVA, the responsibility of administering those acts to NParks, and to make consequential amendments to other acts with cross-references to AVA. There are also other amendments to the Animals and Birds Act and the Control of Plants Act to require importers of key food items to adopt plans, including preventive strategies, to mitigate the impact of supply disruptions. These provisions are to support the Singapore Food Agency in safeguarding our food security. The transfer of AVA's non-food plant and animal-related functions will take effect on 1st of April 2019. AVA and NParks have been working together to ensure that the transition is as seamless as possible for all relevant stakeholders. NParks will continue to engage and work with all stakeholders to develop holistic and science-based strategies and more effective responses to animal health, welfare and management, as well as plant health. I believe that this transfer of functions will leverage NParks' strengths to amplify the effectiveness of AVA's approach on animal issues thus far. I look forward to members and Singaporean support for NParks' expanded role. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I beg to move.